Economic growth in America has been of central interest to this committee from the onset of my term as chairman. Our hearings have produced useful information and insights. I'm particularly pleased to have Chairman Hassett lend his insights today on the forces and constraints that are holding back private investment, labor force participation, and just as important as anything else, wages. We hope to get a clearer picture of how the right policies can help the economy recover its full potential. The economy is dealing with the aging of a population, the slowing of a population growth, and technological changes that are altering the methods of production in America. But self-imposed constraints have also altered the way the economy performs, and not in a good way. I strongly believe we can do something about that here in the United States Congress. I'd like to divert your attention to the graph showing how the Congressional Budget Office lowered its assessment of the economy's output potential every year since 2007 through 2016. These are not projections of actual GDP, mind you, but of potential GDP, the economy's output capacity, normally a fairly stable concept. Back in 2007, the CBO estimated the U.S. output potential for 2016 to be over 12% higher than it actually is now. What happened? The aging of the population was predictable. Not anticipated was the U.S. business investment would be down from a pre-recession rates, and that the rate at which Americans participate in the labor force would be dropping so markedly. Despite the low unemployment rate, the labor market's health has not been fully restored. Indeed, the labor force participation rate of people of prime working age remains substantially below where it was prior to the recession. I believe that economic policy, including the failure to act when other countries were improving their business climate, is largely to blame. I'd like to show you two graphs that illustrate the changes U.S. firms face on the international playing field. The first chart shows how 34 countries changed their corporate tax rate since 2000. All these countries, save Chile, which had the lowest rate initially, reduced their corporate rates to make their economies more competitive, while the United States rate remained the same. The next chart shows how 27 countries eased product market regulations from 1998 to 2013, based on OECD index. All these countries, save Chile, reduced their taxes and reduced their regulations. This paints quite a startling picture and explains why U.S. corporations have been moving offshore. Other countries have purposefully improved their international competitiveness of their business sector, while the United States has taken for granted competitiveness of its businesses. As a result, we now have an economy that does not fully engage its resources and entrepreneurial spirit. A JEC hearing earlier this year on declining economic opportunity revealed a dramatic decline of new business formations in this country since the last recession. From 2008 to 2014, more businesses actually closed than opened. A JEC hearing earlier this month showed how detrimental the tax code can be to starting a new business in terms of both its provisions and its sheer complexity. As the challenges we face are more daunting as a result, the national debt is a bigger problem with a slow-growing economy. That is why we so urgently need both tax and regulatory reform. We must restore a more highly functioning market economy that offers hope and opportunity to investors, to entrepreneurs and workers, and that removes the artificial constraints on a faster economic growth model. Dr. Hassett's expertise is well-grounded in economic research, and one of his areas of specialization is taxation, which is especially useful at this time. I can't think of a better witness to explain to us just how taxes and regulatory reform can lift the economy and living standards across our country. Chairman Hassett, we appreciate your appearance before the committee today. Look forward to hearing your views, and I will now yield to our ranking member, Senator Peters, for his statement today.